I'm fed up. I'm fed up with not telling people stuff. I really want to tell people stuff. You know what I mean? I'm tired of being told that, you can't say something. You got to keep it to yourself. I got something to say. And I thought I'd just invite my friend and he can share because we were talking a couple of weeks back and he just told me that one day that I'm just fed up. And the way he said it to me was just like, you know what, that's a podcast right there. So here we are, a difficult place. And I mentioned that because people might start thinking, guys, you're talking about emotions stuff. But think about this in the business context. A client will come to you and they want work done. At my age, I'm a professional. Like you're a professional. I'm not going to debate how much you're going to charge because that's your value.
Exactly.
100%. That's your value. You've said it and that's your value. So you will go to a job and say, oh, look, like I'm in brand development. So we'll go, okay, your brand needs to move at this point. This is where the brand cycle is and we need to take it at this point. That's going to be 50,000 United States dollars. No, boss. Don't try anything else. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with the client. Okay? There's nothing wrong with me.
Yeah, that's it.
We're just not meeting at the same value point.
That's it.
So you can walk. It's okay. I'm not going to be broke tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's the other fear that people have. That when you define yourself, you will not get what you always wanted. You will not be happy. You will not be set. You will not be amongst your people. They think that you're going to break. I won't break when I decide I want to do me. I won't. Once you know that, you become the most dangerous person around. Recently, there was an emotional turmoil. And people were like, you should have done this. It's breaking us. You're different than everything else. And I said to them, everyone said, I felt good doing this. I really did. And you know what? Nothing's going to change. We're still going to make the money. We're still going to drive the business. We're still going to get to where we want to. Nothing has changed. It's just something I wanted to experience. Nothing is broken in me. Is something broken in you? So keep it moving.
And you have to keep moving. I think that's the other thing is we pay so much attention
to
what other people are saying.
There's too much information out there.
It's too much. We're paying so much attention. And yet they were not there. For me, you were not there when I was doing the 4 years of the apprenticeship training. No. You were not there. You're not there when I broke a bolt and I had to replace it. You're not there. And when I broke it, it was, I was an apprentice in my first year. Broke it, my God. I mean, in hindsight, they were just having a laugh. But you're not there when I went through the stages. For you then to tell me what I'm worth. Boss. And then I used to teach, I used to choreograph for weddings.
That's how we met.
Yeah.
It was not on the car stuff.
Yeah.
He's a mean dancer, this dude.
Not my steps. No, I don't do my steps.
No.
I don't do my kick lock. No, boss. No. I love entertainment. One of my greatest source of inspiration just for dance, the late great Michael Jackson.
He's a performer, man.
My gosh, that dude was hectic. His videos were stories. So when people wanted me
movies.
to do, I tell you, movies. So when people were asking me, please, can you choreograph for our wedding? I needed for them to have a story. The song had to have a story. I'd want to listen to the song. What are the words? Oh, okay. And then create something for that. That's why if somebody wanted, let's say, Thriller by Michael Jackson today for his wedding, and then next month somebody wants the same song, there'll be two different dance routines because they're two different couples and I need to understand their story. That's how I operated. And as more and more players got into the scene, I was like, you know what? I'll increase my fee. Those that could afford. Those that couldn't. I took it high again because everybody's now trying to get to what I was doing. And I had friends around, Jay, Rudo, all of them were at the same level. Yeah. Until it got to a point where they're saying, Vusa, you're expensive. I said, it's no longer about what I'm doing, but it's about my brand. Yeah. About who I am. There needs to be a definition of who I am. And I enjoyed it once. I went to a wedding. And these guys, it wasn't really some show. And then one guy stood up and said, no, I'd like to thank you all for coming. And then he singled me out and said, I'd like to thank Vusa for coming. Wow. And everybody looked at me. I was thinking, okay. He goes, no, because these are some of the pioneers. Because I had a definition. Yeah. And it's not just in the choreography. It's not just in the workplace. Even at home. Even amongst your peers. Have a definition. What do people know you for? And if you're always wanting to enjoy being in the gray area, that is a mess. And that is where everything is. Yeah. And I get so annoyed and I'm fed up because everybody is enjoying being on the gray line and being in the gray area.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating. And there are times when I'm in the car with my kids and I said to them, look, look, look. You know, and I'm tired of saying to my children, when I was your age, you know, when I was your age, we wouldn't let children pee in the street. First street, boss. First street, you could drop an egg and pick it up and eat. Yeah. Now you leave it there because even the ants will walk away, boss.
Now you won't even walk in First Street.
We don't walk in First Street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We used to laugh in that Zambians, if you're driving straight, you're drunk.
Yeah.
Now here, if you're driving straight, it's not your car. And what we do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it's for me, it's a small thing. You know, when you're walking in town, or if you're walking in the neighborhood, you don't use the path that is there. You walk on the grass. You're already cutting corners, and it's okay for you.
It is
because you're living in the gray area already. You know, it's a tiny thing. Or the person's eating. He throws the thing. There's a time I looked at the owner and said,
exactly.
He walks like nothing.
Nothing is wrong with it.
He's in the gray area. You know already, even if you try and correct him, you're not on the same page.
The worst of those who throw things out of the car, man.
My gosh, boss.
Yeah.
And it's not, and throwing out of the car, it's not a Fit or a Vitz or a 121. It's the X5.
Yeah, it's the big ones. It's the big cars.
It's the X5. Fortunately, it's not the Merc. It's just the X. You know?
No Merc guy throws
stuff out. No, they don't, you know? And I had to religiously tell my children. Before I started driving the Merc, I had a Mark II. And I said, close the window. You keep that stuff in there.
You will find
Throw it when you get home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You throw it when you get home. Back in the day, we used to play in the street, you know, in the hood. And now the hood is just not the way it goes, you know? So I say to the kids, no, you can't play, you play inside. It's fine. You know, we'll get everything, play inside. Do the whole Wi-Fi, we do the whole thing, you play inside.
Yeah.
There was a time when you just heard these louds just playing in the street. And my daughter looked at me and said, thank you, Dad. I said, for what? That you never allowed us to do this nonsense. Because they're now defining themselves in a form of excellence. You know what I mean? Not to be on the gray. And that really, the gray area. You've been watching how people are going through red robots these days. Red lights.
They're all colorblind now.
Everybody's colorblind.
Apparently everyone's colorblind.
And they hoot at you when you hoot at them to remind them they're doing the wrong thing. And you're like, but hello.
That's weird. Like in the morning, and I have to dodge traffic, but in the morning, I'm in the right lane. I'm correct where I am. And on your right, there's someone else who's now overtaking that side. And then on the other side, there's someone else there. So all of a sudden you feel like maybe I'm in the wrong lane here. What's happening here? And you know what? 9 times out of 10, your passenger will tell you, I refuse. Because I think that if I don't set an example, if nobody sees it, I'm saying it to myself. Because,
your definition.
Yes, I'm defining myself. Because am I going to go into the black or white or am I gray, whatever it might be? Let me stick to where I'm supposed to be. And let me be defining it. It's always been the boss is the first one to get there or the last one to leave. Guess what? I get to work 6:45. Not because I got a car or anything else. Even if I was in a bus, it's defined for me that is my identity. I'm the first one to get there because it's my company. And I got to set an example. I've got to be the hardest working out there. No one else can define that but by myself. But like you rightly said, it's gray areas. Kids now will say, I did a deal. I can't work for 30 days to wait for a paycheck. You know why time is important for you to do that? You appreciate it. You appreciate it when you put time into something. Think about anything that you've ever done. If you just came easily like that, it'll be...
That's it.
Imagine eating the ice cream and you just gobbled all that stuff through. That shit will hurt, right?
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, just throw the whole cone. Like, that shit will hurt. That will really, really hurt.
That's not the only thing that hurts if you're fast, but anyway.
Keep it on the black or the white. You're not going to the gray area.
You can't be going there.
If you put time and effort into anything, it should be black and white. The problem is, a lot of people now define a lot of things, as you said, in the gray. Relationships.
I was about to say we kind of digress. Yeah, let's go. Keep going. I like how you brought it back.
Relationships. If you put time into something, because I'll tell you the thing about me, and my partner always knows it. And I say this to my employees when they come to me, those I love, anybody around me, is that if I put time into something and like talk to you, engage with you, negotiate, speak, That to me is the most valuable thing. Money I can make anywhere. Anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world I can make money. And I'm not saying that as a boast, but it's a simple fact that I believe in who I am. But I can't get that time back. We're spending almost an hour doing this podcast. It's because there's value to what I put to this, and it's valuable to me.
Yeah.
What I want to say and what I want to do. It's valuable that your time has come through.
Yeah.
And it's important. It becomes very important for us. Nowadays, there isn't.
There isn't.
WhatsApp has gone from, and I got record of this happening, from, hi, how are you? I'm going to send you nudes.
Yeah.
When I grew up, to touch a boob was the greatest thing in the world for me as a little boy.
I don't know whether it was same with, we used to watch Dallas. I don't know whether you know Dallas. Oh, snap. Am I that old? So,
I told you I'm middle age, man. The new Dallas is roachier than what they used to have. They've got a reboot. Yeah, they've got a reboot that's happening. Just crazy.
Yo, there used to be Dallas and Dynasty and the Kobe's and LA Law. Those were
You're dropping one that's everybody Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara. Right. And then for us, the ultimate in just erotica was seeing them kiss on the screen.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
We would go quiet. My dad would start fidgeting, and I'm thinking, snap! Now, come on, now I have to. I look at the kids funny when we see gay couple, and they'll be like laughing, and I'm like, I'm glad you're laughing, because had you been serious, I'll be worried. It's, it's frightening, but anyway,
gray area.
You're talking about time, and you work in the time and the space. You put so much energies in a relationship. You put so much resources, and for many guys, that time that you put in, you equate it to who you are.
Yeah.
It is part of your being.
Mm-hmm.
Money, like what you're saying, is fair. When you said it, I remembered one of my favorite movies, Fast and the Furious.
You're a fan too?
When Vin Diesel's character said, you know what, money comes and goes. We all know this.
Yeah.
But what's most important, the people right here.
Yeah.
Which is very true. Money comes and goes. You can make a hustle.
Yeah.
And if you've got a skill set and you've got a passion, then money is not an issue to come by.
Yeah.
You just get your head in the right game. And I won't talk about Christian Science, but if you get all your energies together, the money will come.
Yeah.
It never fails to come.
Yeah.
It just needs a source.
Mm-hmm.
Not a source. It just needs somebody to receive it. The money is always there. But we spend time and you give energy. And then, like how Chris mentioned earlier, why are women so cryptic in what they want? Because we know what we want. And it's not to get in your jeans, but we just, although it's it's a good side benefit.
It's a nice plus.
It's a good plus. But we just want your energy. We want to enjoy your space. But you're cryptic in accepting it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? You're very cryptic. And we don't have time to decode you. Do you get what I'm saying, Kuda? We don't have time to decode you. We don't have time. Don't waste my time, because it is me. It is me. When you see me, it's my time. If I'm going to drive you from point A to point B, don't enjoy the drive or what car I'm driving or what food I'm going to purchase for you. It's me.
It's the time.
It's my time. I could be sleeping. It's much better. Do you understand? But it's me. And so if you're going to be cryptic in acknowledging that I'm there, and then I ask you, so where are we?
Where are we?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't feel the same. What is it that you're saying? Do you know what I mean? Don't confuse me. What is it? Because we don't want to be in the gray. Because if we're in the gray, anything goes. Which is why it's easy for negotiations to happen. Why people want to be in the gray. Because anything goes.
Yeah.
If it goes good.
There's no commitment in that.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it goes good, happy days. If it goes bad, I'm out. And so
there's no value in that.
There we go. But I've been putting value.
Yes, with my time.
With my time. You understand? With my time. I woke up today And I said, you know what? I got no fuel, but I'm going to put fuel in the car because I'm going to pick you up. You understand? And then I'm picking you up from where you are. You understand? And we're going to go somewhere. I don't know where yet, but we'll be together. Get in the car. Hey, I'm hungry. What do you want to eat? Anything. Don't
Give me anything.
anything. You understand? Don't. Then you feed. What are we doing today? I don't know. I just thought being together was cool. And then you can tell that this is not working. And then you do the most, you know? And then you're still so, where are we? Well, you know, I wouldn't be here if I didn't feel the same. But come on, just get to the point.
Give it to me black and white.
Give it to me black and white.
Yeah.
I don't have the time.
Yeah.
I don't have the time. You know? And
is it because they don't value our time? They don't see that as a value component? Is it to them? It's because I want to be fair here. I want to be really fair that we can give them what we're thinking is our viewpoint and what's important to us. But why would they be cryptic? Is it because we don't understand them, or we're never supposed to understand them? Why? Why would it be like that?
You know, if I answered that,
You'd be a billionaire tomorrow.
I tell you. I said there was a time when I was having an argument with my wife years back, and I wrote a 2-page. Do you understand? 2-page letter, because you know me, I'm a postman.
You're a postman.
2 pages of I'm upset because you did this, and I'm upset because
you were clear.
This. I was very
100%.
clear. And then I said, tell me what you think. And I gave her this thing and she read the item. The following day, I got one line. I just want a friend. Help me understand. I don't get it. I just want to have. Where did you miss my desire to have some sort of communication with a 2-page essay? I've never, in all my school life, written something like that. And what do I get? I don't even get a C mean. You understand? Oh, well done. Keep it up. No. All I want is a friend. Come on. I got no words. All I can say is I'm fed up.
You was fed up.
You know, and it got me to a point where I was talking to Chris. Was it yesterday or the day before? For the past 2-3 days. I think this will be something we'll podcast.
That'll be part. The third one.
Yeah, the third one. Where past 2-3 days, one of the last statements I made was, at the end of the day, the moral of any story is you must be able to give a hoot about yourself, regardless of the shenanigans that are occurring in your immediate environment. You need to be able to sleep at night or wake up in the morning and be excited by what you see in the mirror, not because of what you're wearing or what you're driving or who you're driving. Are you happy with who you are?
Yeah.
If the other people in the car or other people in your life or in your space can't handle the nonsense, they can hit out. You understand? And we end up realizing it too late. You know, too late. When we thought, there's that thing, that WhatsApp item that's going around that's saying, hey, you used to be upset with your bali, you had 3 chicks. Now you understand. Now, that's when for me the penny dropped. I'm like, yeah, man. But you got to be happy with yourself.
So, no matter what you do or feel, make sure you take good care of yourself. Always. And never give a fuck about anybody else. For FedUp, that's a wrap.